Verdammte Land. Wenn der Krieg vorbei ist, dann kaufe ich mir einen Hof an der Waldfee. Warum geben die nicht auf?
Welcome to the front, my friend. Well, it looks like we are back here on the front, but this time in quite a compromising situation. Guys, we've got a group of Marders, I guess assault guns, and this is essentially all we have to protect against a massive Soviet push into our sector. So one thing I'm going to do is, as many of you know, the Marder does not have an actual back. If any Soviets actually cross the line and hit one of our Marders, he's simply not going to survive. So I'm not going to be, you know, shameful about keeping these things out in the open. I might hide a few of them over here in the bushes, etc., but if the enemy sneaks up on us with one well-placed grenade, well, then we're completely finished. Now, thankfully, we do have this group, Dressler's group. We're going to keep them in the bushes over here. I think you can sort of see what I'm going for. And then we're going to take another group, and this is Heffer's group, and we are going to move him in the bushes as well. Now, technically, the enemy's attacking us, but if you look over here, the enemy has two different locations that we could certainly try to attack or counterattack depending on how the battle goes. As you can see, I'm setting up some trenches over here on location, I should say, and I think we are ready to go, guys. The Battle of the Marders commences. I'm not even sure what the enemy has for us, but as you can see, our trenches are prepared, our men are ready for a fight. Let's get down to it. We'll return when the fighting begins. Alright, guys, I see tanks in the distance. Look at that. We've got Soviet tanks turned towards us. Of course, I'm going to turn towards them as well with as many Marders as I can and just start targeting these bastards. It looks like everybody's got the same idea here. Of course, Soviets appearing there on the ridge is dangerous, no doubt about it. I just hope that these Marders can knock them out. Looks like two T-34s, although I can't tell for sure. And they've just now appeared on the ridge. Okay, wow, so they actually got hit. One of them is backing up. One of them is also leaking fuel, though. And we definitely took some chunks out of it, but I don't think we got a kill shot. Leaking fuel is always a good thing, though, but they are definitely sticking together. And we can't move from this position. We're not exactly, even though we are called an assault gun, I don't think we're a particularly offensive vehicle. Although then again, we might be. We're still getting great hits, so I'm not stopping anything. I'm just going to continue the fire. And hopefully we get lucky with these Marders. This Marder team shall hold on to the end. And the annoying thing about this Marder is it does have a machine gun, but from what I understand, nobody actually operates it. It's right there in the front. I guess maybe they will. We'll have to figure that out. I've never seen them actually operating that. Now let's make sure these guys have their eyes ahead, because we are now seeing some enemy activity, some Soviet activity over here. Definitely infantry opening fire at us. And again, just one lucky shot can take a Marder out. It's that simple. One lucky shot can hit the driver or the gunner, and it's not an operational vehicle anymore. Let's see if our boys here in the trench took any hits. I think they're okay, and they're actually keeping the enemy under fire over there in the field. This is why we absolutely needed our infantry near our Marders if we were going to go through with this. Let's take a look at those tanks. And it's definitely not a T-34. I think it's like a BT-7. We actually got hit right through the side there. Or that could just be, no, that's simply part of the tank. But they are backing up, so hopefully they're not going to keep up with a tank assault. If they do, we are prepared with our assault guns. There we go. Yep, starting to see that infantry for sure now. Keep an eye on them, boys. Enemy artillery. And now we're starting to see a bunch of infantry over there. Looks like Adenok has his eyes on it. They're trying to get the tank up there to open fire on that trench for sure, because that trench is getting really good shots on the enemy infantry trying to cross here, as you can see. And they've got some machine gun teams, things they just don't want to lose, obviously. Oh boy. Yeah, I saw that coming in. That looked deadly, and it certainly was. Incendiaries coming in. Damn. Fritz, just stop, drop, and roll. Oh my god, he actually put him out of his misery. The enemy artillery strike put him out of his misery, but also devastated our front line. Look at this, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, they have hit us so hard with artillery, guys. They're burning up our Marder crews. They're burning up our infantry. This might have been one of the most effective Soviet strikes that I have seen in my time playing Graviteam Tactics. Mein Gott, boys. Now we have to hold on to the end. Boys, mein Männer. See, people that never watch these GT videos miss out on so damn much with situations like that. And like I said, the Marder is gone, you know. Open vehicle, of course, it's perfect for a shot like that. And there's no difference here. They absolutely just completely destroyed that area. I'm hoping we could still do some serious damage to the approaching enemy. What do we got there? But man, they shut down quite a large section of our infantry. That thing is still burning. Unbelievable, man. Purely incendiary rounds there. Of course, some of our men have managed to get back to normal. In fact, we're going to take this infantry squad and just set it back up into the trench. We've also got these guys hanging out back here, like Dressler's team. So let me actually take that guy and set him into the trench. Hopefully the enemy will come rushing in, thinking we're completely out of here, but we'll still have a few infantry units prepared to hold out against the inevitable attack. And we're still shooting over there trying to hit those tanks, but our tanks can't quite spot them. I'm kind of tempted to move forward. You know what? We are assault guns. Let's assault, damn it. We're even going to move forward with the infantry here. And I'll move forward with Edelnoch. Got to do something about this. If we just sit here, they're going to shoot us to bits. We are keeping one tank behind, or one assault gun behind, so hopefully he'll be able to keep an eye on the enemy. Super, Krieg! Vorwärts! He held up pretty quickly there. Alright, looks like the infantry there are spotting yet more infantry. Again, trying to get across that field. Not much of a problem for us in this moment, honestly. As long as not a bunch of them show up. What I really want to do is zap those tanks. There we go. Seeing some additional infantry there on the field, and that's why we still have this few infantry units over here in the trenches returning fire. And they are in the trench. Beautiful. We are prepared to fight. And I think, unfortunately, we got to turn this guy. Yeah, he's already done it himself. Turn towards the infantry and just focus on them. Marder! Fire! Let's see if anybody actually uses that machine gun. Looks like he might have sights on that tank. That's why he's looking this way, but let's make sure the Marder just keeps his eyes over here. I think it's safer. Edelnoch is almost getting over there to the edge of the ridge. Unfortunately, there's a lot of elevations on this map, which make things a little more complicated for us. Let's get Dressler. Just Dressler. Get him into this trench. So as you can see, we've restaffed the trenches, and we can actually see that. Look at the amount of enemies over here. Let's make sure that this Marder is, again, I know he's trying to hit the tanks, but let's turn him towards the approaching units. Focus your fire, Marder. There we go. Look at that. One of our tank crews. What a beast, man. He got out, he took his MP40, and he's still fighting against the Soviets here. Looks like that's our artillery dropping off. We need some more of that already all across the Soviet line there. Come on, tanks, move faster. I don't like those side shots they're taking. Yeah, we're gonna have to turn towards the enemy temporarily. We can't just keep the side open of these tanks. Gotta face them and wipe them out. Of course, they've dropped that initial artillery barrage thinking they've definitely beat us. So we need to make sure that that's not the case. Stop them in their tracks. Oh yeah. He's like, I've done my part. I'm gonna move on towards the enemy tanks in the distance. I almost want to move an infantry squad right there just to give some additional support. Man, it's been a while since we played some Gravity Tactics, and I missed it, guys. I hope you guys missed it as much as I did. It's been a while. Alright, he's using his MG. That's the first time I actually saw one of the Marders use the MG. If you're gonna get up there, man, make it fast. Like, just go. So they won't get shot in the back. As for you, I thought I told you to hold your position. And look at that, an enemy AT gun at distance. That could be a problem, but look, just from this particular visual, we can see so many enemies across the way. Come on, tank. Marder, fire. We need some artillery desperately. Let's hope that our secondary line holds, our replacement line, basically. But look at that. Beautiful! That's what I'm looking for. Shots by the Marder. A direct shot right there, guys. Absolutely got a beautiful hit. Let's see who else is attacking. And it's just additional tanks. Now, that one actually looks like a T-34. But we can't focus on the tanks right now. We are focusing on this infantry assault. They thought they had destroyed our trench line, and look at that. They're still hitting it heavily, guys. Heavily with artillery. Look at that. These Soviets are desperate for a breakthrough. They also destroyed the other Marder here. Kressler, don't let the line break. Still plenty of soldiers on the front. Get him just to the edge here. Looks like the Marder is heading straight towards the enemy armor. Both of our tanks are. This guy just took a nasty hit from the enemy armor. Backing up. Let's keep our eyes on him. I also see an AT gun at distance there. That's it. No, that's it for the Marders. Can't move them out. We just can't move them out. Now we have to completely hold the line. It's down to the men at this point to stop the Soviet advance. Good work, boys. Good work. We hit that front line. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be it for our tanks. I'm not seeing a single Marder on the field. It's all down to the final line here. And who knows, maybe we can trick the enemy into a ceasefire. We've done it before. We might be able to do it again. Even the phone operator, the radio operator, is taking off here. We can't have that. Come on, boys. Fire that MG. It's not just for show. There we go. Still getting some nice hits. Now that almost looks like Marder fire. Maybe we do have an operational Marder out here. I don't see how. It's got to be just supporting artillery fire. Oh, you know what it is? It's the anti-tank gun. And, of course, supporting artillery fire that is being called in by our radio operator. If not for that, we would have no chance. But he's still calling in artillery strikes all around the trenches. And we need them because the enemy is approaching, of course. Look forward, boys. Not even sure if we got any enemy kills in terms of tanks. I know for sure we killed a number of infantry. Oh, boys. Looks like we still have 2 Marders. Maybe this is what saved our skins. and I'm going to order a fast move up to the front. This guy is getting great shots from here, so I'm just going to leave him here, almost like an artillery gun. That is beautiful. Let's make sure we didn't forget anybody else. What a wonderful gift. I know there's no reinforcements in this game, but when you forget about a unit and then find them later, it's always a good feeling. There we go. Look at that. They're getting right up to the front line. Right up to the front line. And they do definitely have that gun. I'd love to send a team out to try to silence that gun. It's so dangerous for our Marders. But it's also really dangerous for us to go out trying to get a hit on it. I think it's far safer for us to hold on to our current positions. Look at that. Enemy commissar approaching. I know it's actually too late in the war for there to be commissars. Enemy officer approaching in any case. We should be able to hit him. And what's going on here? See, already that gun is taking shots over here at our Marder. That's a problem. We're a bit too bunched up. The Marders are terrible with movement. Really bad with movement. Just get over here, man. Come on. Get out of the way. Tremendous amounts of enemy artillery during this fight. And those are where the two enemy AT guns are. So again, trying to approach them just seems like a fool's errand. It's almost impossible to do. We do still have one trench that's working beautifully, as you can see. These guys are trying to hold the left side, but also doing their job to hold the center. Look at that guy just drop. I don't know if somebody can clip that, but I just saw a Soviet, excuse me, drop right there from the consistent fire. We got to keep this up. They've already breached the line on the right side. Let's see how the tanks are doing. Come on, we need that supporting fire. He's loading it. Nice. Again. There we go, guys. And I think we're actually hitting a gun. Potentially hitting an AT gun position. Yes, we are. That makes me feel very good. Actually hitting the enemy's anti-tank weapons. We could have used that initially in the battle, but it's not how a battle works. So we'll have to deal with what we've got here. And Dressler hopefully can hold the center. A lot of dead men, but also many men still alive, willing to fight for the right to the very end. Target the gun exclusively. There's another one just right there, only slightly behind it, and we really want to take that out. He's actually aiming at our Marder here. But my only other option is to send Heifer there on an attack. I think we just got a direct hit. Oh, maybe. No, not quite. He's here. That had to have hit something. I'm thinking almost we could just charge out with Heifer again and try to kill that thing, but that's not a wise choice. We've got to hold our positions. These guys are pretty horrified, both of our Marder crews. They've taken enough hits. He just took a direct hit through the front from the AT gun. Another direct hit through the front. It's amazing these guys are still alive, and I think that's it. The enemy absolutely having the advantage with artillery in this battle. Look at that. Dude.
Sie haben Ihre Befehle.
I hope our men don't start surrendering here. Not if Dressler has anything to do about it. Dressler, don't surrender. We have not lost a GT fight in ages. He's got that Luger out, just firing at will. Soviets getting awfully close, as you can see. And getting that close with a machine gun like that does not make me feel safe at all.
Feind getroffen! Stellung halten!
Oh, Dressler just got murked. One through the head. Is he gonna get back up? I don't know, guys. Dressler is the hero of this battle, despite it probably being a defeat. But again, we hold the line till the end. Believe me, I'm tempted to get up and attack myself, but we just can't do that. We have to hold this line and keep fighting. Looks like they're still taking shots over here at the Marder. I thought the Marder... We still have... Wow. Apparently still a working Marder. Simply terrified and not following orders, leaving the battlefield as quickly as possible. Oh my god! There we go, our men throwing grenades. Dressler is back up, throwing Stellhandgranate, trying to take out as many Soviets approaching as he can. It's a fight to the death, boys.
Stirb, du Hund! Deckung! Feuer, Feuer! Feindbeschuss! Runter! Deckungsfeuer! Lade nach! Ich stecke fest!
Alright, still fighting despite all odds. And actually, it looks like the battle is ending, guys. This has to be our... Yeah, it's got to be our guys escaping the battlefield. The battle is coming to a close. Imagine if we actually manage to hold this position. That's going to be incredible. See some of that red smoke popping up, and that, of course, is letting us know another group, entire group of Soviets is advancing from that direction. Hafer and Dressler, two officers that made it through the end. Hafer even picked up an enemy PPSH to use against them. That's quite amazing, and he's dropping smoke wherever the hell he can. Us wins this one, boys. Look at that. Oh my goodness, we got it just at the end. Them dropping everything possible on Dressler and his men. Mein Gott, boys. Mein Gott. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And they're still fighting. I don't even know what to call this video, but I want to call it something just letting people know just how damn brave these guys are. Maybe of all the battles we have fought in the game, the fact that they are still fighting and haven't surrendered is incredible by itself. The Soviets are completely past our lines, heading towards Staromogolitsky, of course. So now it looks like our men have even turned towards the enemy over there. And again, still fighting. We haven't given up. Dressler is still alive, incredibly. He's since picked up a rifle before firing a Luger, but I think he realizes just how serious things are with the position completely overrun. Feuer! Shoot at those Soviets! Oh! Olaf went down. It's never a good thing. This guy's got a rifle grenade. I wish he would use it. There we go. Somebody got an MG on the enemy. I like that. Let's take a look at those Soviets. And as you can see, quite a few of them going down already. That's actually a German. That's a Soviet. That's a German. That's a Soviet. So getting some pretty nice hits here. But of course, losing every single one of our Marders and having to fight to the end with infantry. Pretty amazing stuff. And there we go. They are just now breaking the actual trench line. They've gotten past the trench line, but now they're actually going through it to try and clean it out, as you can see. But not having a very good, easy time of it. Our men are still very present in the trenches here. Oh my gosh. More Soviet artillery. At least we're using up a tremendous amount of the Soviet artillery infrastructure here. They are putting a lot of rounds into us, man. They want Dressler dead. I'm sure they don't want him behind the lines or potentially commanding a future Wehrmacht squad. That's just not going to be in their best interests.
Ich stecke fest!
Shell shock is definitely the order of the day right now. And it's coming to an end. It can't be a victory. There's no way. It just can't be a victory. It's a draw. We actually fought ourselves into a pretty badass draw, guys. So there we go in terms of casualties. It actually didn't come down to as many as I expected. A whole lot more wounded than were actually killed. But, of course, 22 killed on our side. We had more killed because of those massive artillery explosions. Even a guy that was initially wounded was going to be turned into a mincemeat pie after a few volleys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Every single one of those things is essential to making this channel grow. If you're already subscribed, make sure to hit the bell for notifications. Thank you again, guys.